Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to explore AI powered Excel. How Excel is no longer just about rows and columns but an intelligent tool that can analyze data, generate insights and automate tasks, even write formulas and VBA code for us. By the end of this video, you will understand how AI can completely change the way you work with Excel. Now the question comes, why use AI with Excel? Traditionally, Excel analysis required a lot of manual work, writing formulas, creating pivot tables, and performing repetitive tasks. With the AI integrated into Excel, analysis becomes 70% faster, manual efforts is reduced by 85%, and overall productivity increases by 3 times. This means less time cleaning data and more time making decisions. Now let's have a look at the first AI feature, which is analyze data. Here, based on your data, you can ask few questions so that you don't have to do the entire analysis on your own and you will be instantly able to see the visuals in front of you. So let's have a practical demo of the same feature. For that, this is what the Excel workbook which I've opened and currently I'm present in the feature 1 worksheet. Now here, let me give you the context about this data. So this data shows customer purchases across different products, the categories, the weekdays and the weekends, the day on which they have purchased that products, and the sales amount. So that information I'm having with me, and I'm having certain questions in front of me, like who are my top 5 customers? What are the average sales per product categories? And to get the answer of these questions, I am going to take the help of AI. So for that, I am going to go to the data tab, and in the data tools group, I am having this option called analyze data. This feature was earlier present in the home tab, and this analyze data feature you will be able to access in the Microsoft 365. Now, how to use this option? So you just have to click on that option called analyze data, and as soon as you click on that, Excel is automatically going to select your entire data range, and on the right side it is going to come up with the analyzed data pane. Now here you can ask the questions about your data, and also it is suggesting you certain questions to get started with your analysis. Also, it is automatically suggested me certain insights based on the understanding, and if you want to add this insight into your workbook, you can click on the insert pivot chart. So let's say I found this insight interesting that the weekdays account for the majority of the quantities that are getting sold. So I'm going to click on the insert pivot chart, and it is going to automatically add it into a new sheet and along with the pivot table along with the pivot chart. So see how easy it is, and it is saving lot much of my time. Or else you can click on this arrow icon which is there, and it is going to suggest you other charts that it has created based on the understanding. Also in this box, you can type down your questions about your data. So let's say I want to find out the total sales by the different product categories. So I'm going to give it a prompt and let's see what Excel is doing. So let me type down over here total sales by product category, and I'm going to hit enter, and immediately I'm going to see this chart. So let's say I want to add it as a new worksheet. So I'm going to click on insert pivot chart, and I'll be able to see the total sales that are accounted for the every product category along with the pivot chart. So this is what your pivot table, and this is what your pivot chart. So see, Excel is not only giving you the pivot tables, it is also creating the charts out of it. Also you can ask a certain other questions, but to see that you'll have to go to the again your sheet, and here you'll be able to ask the questions. So that is all about the analyzed data feature. Now let's look at the next feature that is there, which is forecasting. So forecasting is all about the predictions. So there is one feature in Excel called forecast sheet, which uses AI to analyze the historical or the past data, you can say, and it is going to predict what will happen in the future. So it can detect the seasonality, which means the repetitive patterns in the month or in the year, you can say. It's going to help your businesses to improve the planning accuracy by making better decisions for budgeting, inventory, or the targets. Now let's see how can you leverage this feature of forecasting in Excel. So let me go to the workbook again, and this is what your workbook, and if you don't want to see this, you can you can close that particular section. And let me go to the next sheet, which is the feature 2. Now, in this sheet, we are going to see the next forecasting feature of the AI, which is a forecasting. Now, to use it, you will have to go to the data tab, and there is this feature called a forecast sheet. So for this example, I am having the data starting from the January 2024 till September 2025. So I want to predict what will happen in future, like what will happen after next 12 months or what will happen after 2 years, right? So that is what I want to have, and to get this forecasted values of the cells, I am going to take help of the forecast sheet feature available in Excel. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the forecast. I'm going to place my cursor over here. Then I'm going to click on the forecast sheet. So when you click on the forecast sheet, it has automatically detected entire current region for the data, right? So here you will be able to get this create forecast worksheet dialog pop up, and here in this you will be able to see a forecast. So this blue line is indicating your actual cells as it is mentioned over here as well, and this orange lines is about the forecasted values of the cells, right? Here you are able to see a forecast end. So the forecast is ending on this particular day, which is 1st of the March 2026. And if you want to customize it, you can click on this and you'll be able to change the dates of the forecast. Now here if you click on the options, you are going to see the different options that are present in it, like timeline range is there. So the timeline range is defining your date column that you have added over here, right? In our case, it contains monthly dates from the past sales data, and Excel uses this timeline to understand how sales are changing over time. Now there is one more section called values range. So the values range is what the sales column or the values that you want to predict. So it has automatically detected that as well. Also there is one thing called a seasonality. So what does the seasonality mean? So seasonality means the repetitive patterns that are present in your data. Since this is a monthly data, so Excel is automatically detecting the seasonality. So that is why it is selected this option. But if you want to have the custom behavior, you can set it manually as well. Now there is one more thing called as a confidence interval. So this confidence interval shows how reliable the forecast is given by your AI features of Excel. So the default value is 95%, but which you can change it also with the help of these arrow keys. And 95% confidence interval means Excel is highly confident that your actual cells will fall within the upper and the lower limits, which is shown in the forecast. So this is what your lower limit and this is what your upper limit, and this is what your forecasted values of the cell, right? Higher the confidence interval that you are giving, it is having the wider range, and the lower confidence interval that you are giving, which is going to narrow your range of the forecast. Now I am going to collapse on this option and I am going to click on the create. Now once you click on the create, Excel is going to generate a new sheet. This is the name of the sheet, and it is going to generate this, and it is having this chart. So I'm going to minimize it a bit, and you'll be able to, let me try to drag it over here. So you'll be able to see the forecast. So the blue line that is present over here, it is representing the actual historical cells, right? And the orange line that you are able to see, it is indicating the forecasted, or you can say the predicted values of the cells, which is generated by the Excel for the future periods. And this line that is there at the bottom of your predicted cells, it is a lower confidence interval which shows minimum expected cells value. And this orange line above the forecasted values of the cells is indicating the maximum expected cells value based on the forecast. Along with this chart, it has also generated this sheet, right, or this table you can say. So this particular table, you will be able to see the historical dates, the cells on that dates, and the forecasted values, actual values of the forecast that is given by Excel. Because here you are not able to see the actual values, right? There are the axes present, but to see the actual values, you can take help of this particular table that Excel has automatically generated, right? So this is how you can leverage the forecasting feature of the AI in Excel. Now, moving forward with the next AI feature, which is a smart data capture. So, with the help of this feature, you will be able to convert the data from images, screenshots, invoices, or bills directly into the Excel. Using AI, Excel is going to read the text from the pictures and it is going to automatically convert it into a structured table. This is going to eliminate manual data entry, it is going to reduce the errors, and it is going to save a lot of time of yours, especially when you're working with the scanned or the handwritten data, right? So this actually feature called insert data from picture, it works using OCR technology. So OCR stands for optical character recognition, which is going to combine with the AI and the machine learning, and it is going to read the text, and it is going to read the text numbers from those scanned images, and the AI is going to understand your structure of the data, like the columns, the rows that are present, the headers in it, and it is going to convert it into Excel's official table. This makes the extracted data accurate, editable, and ready for analysis, so it is going to save a lot of your time. So let's have a demo of this. So for that, I'm going to open up my worksheet, and let me jump to the next feature called as a feature 3 tab, and here you'll be able to see this image, and I want to extract the data from this image. So this image, it is present in the format which is a tabular, right? And I want to get the data, but here I don't want to type it down manually on my own because it is a time saving. As of now it is of few rows, but what if it is of 10,000 rows, right? You will not be able to type it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the data tab, and here in the get and a transform data there is this icon called from picture. So if you click on that, you can select a picture from file, you can browse that image, and you will be able to see the data from image is get converted into a structured Excel table. So for that I'm going to browse to the Excel desktop, and here I'm going to select this data from picture, and let me click on insert, and here on the right side you will be able to see data from picture pane is getting appeared, and the OCR technology behind that OCR technology is going to understand this data, and it is going to convert every data that is there in that image format into a proper Excel table. So here what you have to do is, here it is going to ask you to review your data, and here you'll be able to see your data. That is, for this, these are my column headers, and this is what the data in it. And you can also scroll it in the right side, and also you can scroll it in the downward direction. And also there are certain things that AI or this feature want you to review. So let me click on review, and let's try to see what are there in the review. So here when I clicked on that review, it is going to ask me ki you have to require the 5 items you have to review. So this is what mentioned over here, gift card. So it is making sure that is it correct or not. So yes, it is correct, so I'm going to click on accept. This is also the date, which is also correct, but so if there are any inconsistencies, if it is not able to capture that, then you'll be able to review it as well. So that is what the advantage of this. And let's click on accept again. This is also again gift card, which is correct. Let me click on accept. This gift card is also correct. Let me click on it, and this is what the value, which is absolutely correct. So let me click on accept again. Now once it has detected or it has reviewed all the items, then what you can do is you can click on the insert data. So wherever you want to insert your data, you can place your cursor, and then you can click on insert data option. Now it is giving you this pop-up like you are responsible for validating and accuracy of the data, as we have already reviewed the data, so that we can click on insert data option. So see how easy it is to get the data or to convert the data from images into a proper Excel format. Okay. So this is what the Excel's AI feature called as insert data from picture. Now let's have a look at the another AI feature, which is language translation. So language translation is one more feature in which the AI is going to help you with the language translation. So you can translate the product descriptions, customer feedbacks, or the reports into different multiple languages. So for that, let me go to the workbook again, and let me shift to the next tab or the next worksheet, which is a feature 4. So here we are going to explore the language translation feature of AI. And this feature you will be able to access it in the review tab. Okay, in the review tab there is this option called translate. Now let's try to understand what is my requirement. So here on the left side you are able to see certain data is present in the English language. The English sentences are there, and I want to convert it to some other language. Let's say to German, to French, or to some other language. So for that you don't have to do that manually. In Excel, there is this feature of translate in the review tab. So you have to take help of this feature. So let me click on this translate, and the data or the wherever you have put your cursor, it is going to select it and it is going to understand the language. And this language you want to convert it to which language, you'll have to select it from this drop downs. So it has detected that this language is in English and I want to convert it to, let's say, to German. So this is what the translation for that same English sentence into the German. Let's say I want to have it in some other language. So there is this drop down and you'll be able to see there are so many languages that are being supported, right? So you can select any one of them, and based on that it is going to convert that text into the respective language. So many languages are available over here and I want you to practice other languages too. So today we have explored how AI powered Excel helps us in data analysis, reducing manual efforts and making smarter decisions from insights, forecasting and the language translations. AI is not replacing Excel users, it is empowering them. Start exploring these features in your own work and you will see the noticeable improvements in the speed, accuracy and productivity as well. I hope this video gave you a clear practical understanding of AI with Excel. Thank you for your time.